Hi, welcome back to another episode of Kibbetech. Come check out what we got this week.
Caltrans.
This is not right.
This is not.
The owner's doing all the... What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. See, we got a bunch going on behind me. Got all the old machines getting moved out of the way. We got a big new one getting dropped off. So, all right, on today's episode of Morons Doing Things, we got this guy with the semi-truck right in the middle of our machinery moving.
1 hour later.
That was fun. All right, back to putting the machines in the shop. Ooh, there it is. There we go. And there it is, the back of the machine. Jesus, look at that turret.
Yeah, 50 tool changer. Check this out. 50 plus 1.
That's gonna be expensive to fill.
Yeah, we're gonna fill all of it. That's what she said.
There's like a whole nother section of sheet metal that bolts on the back to get the throw of the machine. So basically it's just like a big void of sheet metal goes on the backside. I sympathize with this problem, know what I mean? Well, this room just got small again. New machine, old machine, old machine. There you go. That's a better layout because this one doesn't make sense. There you go. That actually helped a lot because that was a completely different layout than what we originally planned. They're setting it down on the skates and then they're gonna get it in position. That little blue tape with the X is where that front peg will go. So they gotta come this way with it. Obviously, we can't just drop it right in place because it's so large. All right, so pretty much a week and a half ago, I had an idea to get one of these with all the, the center mount kits we're doing with the billet spindles and all the steering parts that are pretty intricate, the upper arms, a lot of stuff that we've been doing to be a lot easier with the 5-axis. And I just kind of had this idea like a week and a half ago. It's like, oh, let's call our rep and like see what kind of pricing and all that stuff to get one of these. And so they actually had one that was 5 months old in stock with a bunch of upgrades done to it. Pretty much just made a deal on that almost the next day and then signed the papers and here it is. So I really wasn't planning on it, but yeah, just kind of all the stuff we need to make now, the stuff we need to make in the future, everything it just made sense to get it. We pretty much, if we were to make all like the spindle parts and stuff like that for the center mount trucks on our VF4, it would probably, take a couple months. This thing probably took a month out of machine time alone just on those parts. So, yeah, so here we are. We had to move everything in this whole room, close that wall back off to keep this room kind of isolated, a little cleaner. We laid out the whole shop. We actually laid it out in the computer because this layout we have now is completely different than what I originally planned on doing. So it actually worked out kind of better. It'll flow a little nicer and we'll still be able to, pull a couple cars in here if we want to. But yeah, so here it is, new machine. I'm excited to fire this thing up. HAAS is supposed to come here tomorrow and Friday to do their setup. and then they're gonna reset up all of our other machines too, because they got to do like their whole leveling stuff and just set them all up. So the plumbers, my buddies at Lloyd's will be back later, hook up the air lines. My electricians will be back later today, hook up power. So pretty much all these will be able to fire up today. And then HAAS will set them up tomorrow and Friday. And then we'll be machining parts by Saturday, right? And today's Wednesday, by the way.
Friday night.
All right, you said it. You heard him. We got a bunch of new tooling on the way from, was it 5-axis?
Fifth axis.
5th axis? Yeah.
Fifth axis. Fifth axis is gonna be giving us stuff.
5th axis. I can't even say it.
It's
Fifth.
It's fifth axis.
5th axis.
He's so excited he can't even speak.
Whatever. Say hippopotamus.
Keep Pop Anonymous?
Always give him all the easy ones.
I think I'm holding it.
You actually make the machine look small.
Oh God.
Matt, what are you doing? Faking stuff.
Welcome back.
Tube chassis truck. Front tubes, shock mounts, pretty much everything to complete the whole chassis. Evan's working on the shock mounts right now. Cut out like 5 of those. They're over there. We just got the fixtures like a couple hours ago, so we got those all tacked together. And then, yeah, so basically just locate the shock mounts and where all the tubes need to go. And we cut out an extra set of this fixture, so we'll be able to bolt it to the gray truck and the Tundra to do all the front shock mounts and tubes on there as well. And then Max right now is machining a sleeve for the bump stop, so a bolt will come through here, bolt to an aluminum sleeve, and then the bump can will be here. So that'll locate the bumps and everything, so we'll be able to just fit all the top tubes, and then everything's basically done. All right, back here on the chrome truck, we got the Fiberworks dash all fit in there. Doing a bunch of tabs right now. We got like a tube structure behind it, like a 3/4 chromoly tube, just like a skeleton behind it, just so we can tab off of that, make sure this thing's solid. So right now we just got 2 mounts on each side. We got 2 tabs right here in the middle. And then after we establish our console, we will do some more mounts to just keep the bottom, you know, a little tighter. And then up on the front, up here on the top, we're gonna make a filler panel, probably out of aluminum, or maybe even welded in sheet metal like steel, just to fill in this gap and make it look pretty seamless. And then when it's all done, it'll get, you know, we'll take it to the interior shop, have them wrap it and stuff like that. But yeah, coming along pretty good. Started to lay out, figure out all the accessories we want in the dash. We'll do a big GPS here, do a smaller GPS there, a digital gauge display right there on that opening, and then probably like a Motec switch panel right here in that spot. And then the console will have shifter, handbrake, cup holders, and race radio, GPS stuff, or race radio and intercom in the console. But yeah, coming along pretty good. We got another one of these too. We're gonna fit in the white truck over there as well. So coming along pretty good. What are you up to?
We are prepping tubes for shock mounts.
That works. So these are all the tubes for the front of the tube chassis truck, and from the shock mount forward for the gray truck and the Tundra. So he's doing his prep thing. You've all seen chase prep tubes. He's really good at it. But yeah, those are all the tubes for the front of those trucks. So we'll catch back up with him later when he's further along. We got Bailey out there taking a sun bath. She's so not impressed. She's like, why is that thing pointing at me? Eh. All right, so all those tubes that just showed up from Laser, we got enough sets to do basically from here forward on this truck and the Tundra. Obviously the tube chassis truck is not like a one-off deal like this. So the tube chassis truck tubes are pretty much completes the whole front of the truck, but the shock mount and the tubes from here forward are the same on all three of these trucks. So we cut out enough to do shock mounts and bump mounts and the tubes from here forward basically. So 2 kicker tubes up, an X in the front, tubes up from here to the shock mounts, and then we'll hand make all of our upper tie-ins from here to here. So all the tie-ins in this whole area will all just be one-off built to this truck, and same with the Tundra. But yeah, and then the fixture we got another one of those. So we were able to bolt a fixture to the steering box, and it locates on these tubes, and then that'll hold the shock mount and bump mounts in place. So then we can just build to that, and then we know our shock mount is in the right spot. So it'll make life a little easier that way. And some updates over here on the white truck. You can see all the sheet metal is done. Everything's patched in, sealed off. It's not final welded yet. And there's another panel that will go here, but we will establish that panel after we establish the shock mounts. And then Evan got the bump mounts all done, so we'll be able to bump this thing out and then start building our shock mounts. And we'll probably do similar style shock mount as the gray truck and the Tundra, with the big like window cut out with the tapered pockets in it. So we'll do something like that. And then we're just using these trailing arms for mock-up. This thing will end up getting billet ones as well. But pretty nice. The back of this truck is pretty close. Probably order some fenders next. Start mounting bedsides and get some sheet metal done in there, and not too much left to do back here. So coming along good. All right, so here's the shock mount for the center mount kit. So we cut enough of these for all the bulkheads we made. So we did 5 sets of these. And the front plate, we just added a nice little detail. So little machine pockets there. This pocket's a little different. I'm not going to tell you why we did that yet, but that one's a little different. Then we added a nice pocket on the top. So this is as far as we get it to get it in the truck. So we could get full welds around all these on the tubes. And then there's a bunch of plates that go on after that kind of cap everything off and seal everything off and gusset it all nice. And then the bumps go on the outside as well. But this is what we got all that fixture set up for, so we can start getting all these shock mounts in all 3 of these trucks. All right, let's go check out the machines. So you can see now we have a wall here. So I wanted to close this off to keep the machines cleaner, especially with the addition of the new one. So my buddy Merrill's over here right now, touching up all the paint. We did this wall over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Got it in there, just got a door in there, so we can just close it off. You know, the sanders and stuff are right here, so just having that next to this big open hole didn't really make sense to keep the machines clean. So just kind of keep the machine shop completely separate from the rest of the shop now. But you can see this thing grew overnight. So it's pretty massive. Their HAAS got their techs out right now, doing all their initial setup on it. So got my electricians here wrapping up the electrical for those 2. Plumbers were here yesterday, finished all the plumbing, all the air lines. And then there's Merrill doing some painting.
How does the machine shop, Ryan? Get out of here.
You can start paying the bills, and then you can call it your machine shop.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, get in there.
When are you going to make some parts on it?
Where are we at? Thursday? Saturday? Probably Saturday? It's actually a 2-day setup, so these guys are going to be working on this today and tomorrow. So 2 days to get this guy leveled and cleaned and set up, and then we have applications coming tomorrow. So they're going to be doing some probing, give us a quick rundown, and then start cutting some parts. That's about it. It's another machine.
There you go. Hi. Oh, those are fucking bright.
Don't forget to subscribe. Can I do that over?
Don't forget to
subscribe.
toast.
Subscribe. Subscribe now. Right here. Click down. Look at Evan. He's laughing like an idiot. Where's the subscribe button? Point to it.
Chase, say subscribe.
Subscribe.
Matt, say subscribe in Spanish.
Subscribo. Right here.